Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about AFLW Trade Talk. Now AFLW is officially open today, but there's been a lot of rumours, etc. on the AFLW Trade Talk in the last few days, so mainly in the last overnight. So let's just get right into things. So remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd greatly appreciate it. I'll do some AFLW trade wrap videos, I suppose, over the week it's going. Runs from today, the Thursday, till next Thursday. I'll do some videos when it's needed. There's a lot of trades that could happen, including from today. The official draft orders officially came out today. So let's go through all of that right here, right now. So some of the names, I'll go through the draft order first, actually, and then I'll go through all of the trade rumors and ones that will happen. So for the draft, which is on the Monday, not this Monday coming, but the Monday after, these are the draft picks as of right now before the trade period begins, which is why I'm mentioning it now. Adelaide will have pick 18, 37, 40, 58, and 76. Brisbane will have pick 12, 20, 32, 39, 60, and 78. Carlton will have pick 7, 21, 28, 47, and 67. Collingwood will have pick 8, 11, 29, 48, and 68. If you're wondering why Collingwood got 2 first-round picks, it's because of the Chloe Malloy compensation pick for when she left to join the Swans. Essendon have pick 13, 33, 53, and 71. Fremantle have pick 6, 27, 46, 51, and 66. Geelong will have pick 17, 36, 57, and 75. Gold Coast have picks 14, 54, and 72. GWS have pick 3, 24, 43, and 63. Hawthorn have pick 5, 26, 45, and 65. Melbourne have pick 16, 35, 56, and 74. North Melbourne have picks 19, 38, 52, 59, and 77. Port Adelaide have pick 4, 25, 44, and 64. Richmond have picks 9, 30, 49, and 69. The Saints, my Saints, have picks 10, 31, 50, and 70. Sydney have picks 15, 34, 55, and 73. The Eagles have pick 2, pick 2, 23, 42, and 62. The Bulldogs have the coveted #1 draft pick, along with picks 22, 42, and 61. Now, I want to stress this enough, how this draft works. Now, you hear about state drafts and who players nominate for certain states. So, hypothetically, for example, Piper Window, who would be a top 3 pick, she's only nominated for the SA draft, which would mean that only the SA clubs obviously can pick her up. Now, that would mean, so the first SA team pick is Adelaide with pick 4, then Adelaide with 18. So how that would work is essentially Piper Window can only be picked up by one of those 2 clubs, and very likely that she'll be picked by Adelaide, and Adelaide would have that star. Wouldn't even be a trade, be 4 players: Lauren Young, Sinead Goody, Molly Brooksby, and potentially and very likely Piper Window. It would be an insane draft pick for the Power, and then they have 25 to go with that. That's if they keep the pick, though. So that's why I say right here, right now, that's not guaranteed that she joins the Power, but I think Port will be smart and keep that pick no matter what. Now, yes, if you're wondering how the state drafts work, so like I said, WA will be in the same. If there's players that are nominated for WA draft only, then obviously West Coast and Fremantle can only participate. Same with the Queensland ones and the New South Wales clubs. That's just how it works. All right, let's now get into that trade talk. Now, some names that have been mentioned throughout this period so far. Madison Gay from the Melbourne Football Club, a midfielder, has officially requested the trade to the Bombers, and apparently that will be happening. So it's a big blow for the Demons, who feature heavily here, and they're going to be losing a lot of players, the Demons. They'll also be losing Casey Sheriff. The Sheriff is out of town and will be joining the Hawks, as will Eliza West, a young star mid who was dropped for the first qualifying final, which I found bizarre. Very good young midfielder. she's going to the Hawks. There was interest in the Hawks about a week or two ago, but yesterday they said it is happening. So that's a cruel blow for the Hawks, for the Demons, and great coup for the Hawks. And Libby Birch, another Demon veteran defender, has some interest from Hawthorn, and she's weighing up her future at Melbourne. So Hawthorn could take the trifecta, as they say, and the trio Demons could be trio Hawks. Two of them are going. Will Libby Birch be a third, joining the Hawks from Melbourne? They already got Madison, Gay, and Essendon, so that's going to be potentially 4 players as of right now. Now, we had another Demon who is on their way out to the Gold Coast Suns, and that is Charlotte Wilson, a young defender. So it's 5 out from the Demons, or 4 definitely, and maybe a 5th in Libby Birch. That is a cruel blow for the Melbourne AFLW side. Yaz Dersma, obviously the brother of Zave, the sister of Zave and Zane. She will be joining the Carlton Football Club. She has some interest from North. Essendon was showing some interest as well, but she decided on Carlton, which is the right choice for her. Be away from your brother's team, and better opportunity at Carlton than North Melbourne or Essendon. So wise move, smart move from Yaz Dersma, young wingman, and play off halfback as well, just like Zave. Her brother Zave. Right. Now, Carlton will sign Paitani Brown and Dogs Celine Moody. Now, Celine Moody's sister, Bryn Moody, plays at Carlton. She'll be joining her sister at the Carlton Football Club. As I said, Carlton already getting Yaz Dersma, Celine Moody, and Tani Brown. So Celine Moody could be a handy option for them. Yaz Dersma and Tani Brown are younger, so we'll wait and see. But Celine Moody could be a handy pickup for Carlton to play as a tall forward option. Carlton, though, however, will lose Mo Lafoy, with the Western Bulldogs and Sydney circulating the young defender. Now, Carlton have not offered her a new contract, which is surprising considering she played pretty much every game for them. So that is a bit of a shock. But nonetheless, that is one that is on the way out, mainly because they don't want to keep it, which I find a little bit interesting. Now, with Sydney's interest, when I interviewed Swans coach Scott Gowans, he was adamant that they're going to target some key defenders and inside mids. They're happy with their outside game. The 22 to 25-year-olds are happy with. So he was indicating in the draft, they'll get some draftee types. But in the trade period, they want experienced defenders around the age of 25. And Lafoy is around that mark. He's a defender. So watch this space on Mo Lafoy and the Sydney Swans. Obviously wants some support for BT, Brandon Tarrant, and Ella Heads. And fair enough too. Ella Heads is a good young player. BT is a terrific defender. She's only 22 herself. So as I said, like Scott said on our interview, they're happy with the 22 and under, and 22 to 25 in particular. So which is where BT falls under that bracket. So yeah, great player is BT, and so is Ella Heads. So yeah, it's that. Where are we? The Bulldogs, though, will lose Gabby Newton, as they've known for a fair while, to the Fremantle Dockers, and Katie Lynch to Gold Coast. So this is not the first time you're going to hear Bulldogs heavily mentioned. The WA clubs, the Bulldogs and Carlton, are mentioned a lot here. And their sides have failed this year. Katie Lynch, a defender, will join the Gold Coast Suns. Gabby Newton, a defender, will join Fremantle Football Club. Bulldogs 29-year-old midfielder Kirsty Lamb is weighing up an offer from Port Adelaide, so interesting to see what happens there. The Bulldogs, though, however, will sign Lions forward Zamorle Fakuhasan. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Didn't play a game for the Lions this year, but played 16 games in the previous 2 seasons, or 17 games. So you can see how she'll go at the Bulldogs and how she'll fit into their team. Isabel Pritchard from the Bulldogs has some interest from Carlton and Collingwood, but is reportedly set to stay. The Bulldogs could ill afford to lose another player, let alone Isabel Pritchard. Carlton and Bulldogs, featuring again, are also among the clubs of an interest in Gold Coast experienced defender Lauren Renz, who is set to depart the Suns, which is very interesting. Was playing for the Suns. Maybe she's been offered more money at those clubs looking at her. Now, Now, this is a big blow. This is where the WA sides get into it a bit. Fremantle are trying to secure the services of Eagle Irish woman Aisling McCarthy. That'd be a bloody handy pick for the Eagles. Bad loss for the Eagles, and handy acquisition for the Dockers if they can get this to fruition. Fremantle, as I mentioned earlier, will get Gabby Newton from the Bulldogs and Ash Brazil from Collingwood, an experienced player. So they're doing some wheeling and dealing, the Dockers, and they're trying to secure a third in Aisling McCarthy from the arch rivals in the Derby. An interesting Derby again if Aisling McCarthy leaves. West Coast, though, however, are trying to one-up them by being interested in Docker Roxy Rocks, who also has interest from the Adelaide Crows. So it'll be interesting to see how that transpires. Where are we now? Now, some of this next news is pretty big. I'll just mention some other smaller ones for now. Blue Annie Lee is likely to join Collingwood, a part of a Tani Brown swap, which is one to keep an eye out for the Pies and Blues, doing some wheeling and dealing as well. All right, so the Eagles are chasing Gold Coast midfielder Alison Drennan, who had a bloody good year behind Charlie Rowbottom and Claudia Whitford. It's their next best mid. She had a really good year, underrated year probably, and that'd be a good get for the Eagles if they can get her, but they're just chasing at this stage, along with Geelong's Annabelle Johnson. But they could be dealt a huge blow with the Premier's Brisbane trying to secure the service of Shanae Davison from the Eagles, a young forward. That'd be a killer blow for the Eagles. They can ill afford to lose Shanae Davidson, who's the handy player for the Eagles. GWS, though, speaking of Brisbane, GWS are a possibility to land Premiership Lion Michaela Porga, who I didn't meet on the weekend. But their wheeling and dealing doesn't stop, or interest doesn't stop there for the Giants. They are interested on Sun Alana G, who I also met, and Swan Alicia Newman. So some forward, some mids, so utility types. So interesting to see. The Giants needed to add some players around Zali Goldsworthy and Alice Parker, who is re-signed for an extra 2 years. So Giants fans will be happy there, with an option to sign an additional 2 years at any given time she wants. So find that one very, very interesting. So keep an eye out there on her future, Alice Parker, especially between the 2 to 4 year period. She can sign it at any time or leave at any time. GWS, though, however, will lose pair Ali Dalloway, a solid young midfielder, and experienced player Jodie Hicks, who both will be joining the Richmond Football Club. And Richmond will also likely secure the services of Crows backup ruckman Montana McKinnon. Interesting there. The Tigers need to do some support in all areas, and that's a start, a midfielder, defender, and a ruckman type. So, I mean, not oh my God moves, but serviceable moves. I guess Melbourne are set to land young power player Lily Johnson. North Melbourne small forward Ali Gavalis has interest from 5 clubs, including Collingwood, Carlton, Western Bulldogs, Richmond, and Essendon. She played some games this year, had some injuries this year. She was behind Neve Martin, Alice O'Loughlin for the majority of the season, especially in the back half. So she's got interest there. I expect her to leave with those offers, and wouldn't shock me if she's at the Bulldogs, if I'm being honest. And she'd get a game every week there. So you want to keep an eye out there. My Saners have interest in GWS ruck Renee Karras, a 24-year-old ruckman from the Giants, and Carlton 23-year-old key defender at 180 centimetres, Paige Trudgeon. I mean, not the biggest names, but could be handy in there. The areas the Saints need some help in. To help Serene Watson-Watto in the defence. And the rucks needs Simone Nolders getting older and she might retire after this year. Whereas Erin McKinnon just got delisted yesterday along with 4 others, including DJ Jolliffe and Renee Saltis to headline those listings. So, yeah, interesting one. Hopefully the Saints, I'm going to make this abundantly clear, Saints. You delisted 5. You might bring in these 2. But do what these other clubs are doing. Try and get Ali Morfitt, who re-signed with the Swans for 4 years in Ripper, and go check that interview with Coach Scott Gowans and how he felt, and he wasn't so sure if she was going to stay at some points throughout the process. So go check that out. But yeah, make these play for these big name players. Stop getting players around the fringe. Target big names. Target some names like the next two and final two names I'm going to be bringing up. Do some work. Stop thinking that you're happy with what you got. You need help in the midfield to help Georgia Patrikios, Tiana Smith, and Liv Vesely, and Jamie Lambert. Need some help around there. Need more of an experienced name as well. Backline, Watto needs some help down there with Hannah Priest. Forward line, Xenos, Wardlaw, Ash Richards. Then what else? Like, what else? You need some support in all areas of the game on the field. So do something. Stop twiddling your thumbs thinking what you've done is good enough, because it's not. It's not. Be active and aggressive in this trade period. Then after the trade period next week, I'll assess it again. Until you try and execute something, it's not good enough. Pathetic. So do it. Now, the final two names I'm going to mention, these Adelaide Crows young stars have both apparently toured the Western Bulldogs facilities. Zoe Prowse, a key defender, who'd be a cruel blow to lose their number 1 or 2 key defender, the Crows, but then to potentially lose, not potentially, their best forward line player, 24-year-old key forward, Caitlin Gould. That'd be an absolute cruel blow. Apparently, the Bulldogs are throwing a ton of money at both players. I mean, could you blame them? But the Bulldogs, really? If you're going to leave the Crows, wouldn't you want to go? If you're going to go to a Victorian club, wouldn't you go to a good one? It would be a cruel blow for the Crows because Caitlin Gould is from Adelaide. So, I don't know. That'd be an absolute cruel blow for the Crows, and they'd want to hope that doesn't happen. Otherwise, they might slightly decline next year, and Melbourne could decline too. But we'll have to wait and see after this trade period and draft period, and then we'll have a better understanding. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this type of video. Comment down below. If you're watching, comment it below. Any trade talk you want to talk about, anything like that. Message me on Instagram, AFL Info Live, and follow me on there. Subscribe if you haven't already on here as well. Thank you. Come on, Saints. Do something. Don't think. Do!